WFMU, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris. Hunter Biden's former business partner, Devon Archer, says in closed-door testimony to the House Oversight Committee, Joe Biden, as vice president, was sometimes on speakerphone with his son during business meetings.
There were niceties, and there was a hello, and we talked about the weather or whatever it was, but it was never any business.
New York House Democrat Dan Goldman there. Kentucky Republican James Comer chairs that committee.
We saw Joe Biden has lied to the American people. He knew exactly who his son was getting those millions and millions of dollars of wires from, and he spoke to them, and he spoke to them often.
He was on Hannity on Fox. Team USA advances in the Women's World Cup soccer tournament, barely, though, after a scoreless tie with Portugal.
Wow is all we can say.
And relief, but also disappointment.
Calling Fox Sports finishing second in their group means they probably play a tough Swedish team next. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Well, Happy New Year's. Well, it will be in 5 months. Good morning, I'm Rayford Brown.
Well, happy first day of August.
Yeah, which is 5 months before New Year's.
You keep
7 months after the last New Year's.
I'm still getting over last New Year's.
Yeah, okay, I don't even remember it. I went to bed early, wasn't up at midnight, so who knows?
Well, it was the last of the holidays that run neck to neck there. So.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's go back to on this day in history, a couple things that were really important. And you don't hear a whole lot about this. In 1943 on this date, 177 B-24 bombers that took off from an Allied base in Libya. They were headed for what they called Hitler's gas station in Romania, oil-producing city. They were going to go in at low level, treetop level in some cases. Some reports of actually having tree limbs and other stuff in the planes when they landed, came back. Mm-hmm. Only half of them returned.
Wow.
Yeah. There was a failure. Part of the failure was because they were operating below radar and on radio silence, but some of the planes veered off and went the wrong way, and they had to open up the radio channels. And then Hitler's forces were prepared for them. They knew they were coming at that point in time.
Lessons learned.
Loose lips sink ships and all that sort of good stuff. And radio silence is radio silence. Today, we don't have that kind of an issue too much, but we have other ways that people can listen in and do things and track you and all that sort of good stuff. Anyway, so-called Operation Tidal Wave. First one was one overloaded bomber. It crashed right after takeoff. Another plunged into the Adriatic Sea. 167 of the original 177 bombers made it to the target, whose oil fields and refineries provided the Germans with over 8.5 million tons of oil per year. Most of the bombing missions we took on during World War II were from high altitude. This one was a sneak attack, and they went in very low. Too low, way too low. They got by the radar, but everything else, the element of surprise was totally lost after they broke radio silence. And as they approached, they had heavy anti-aircraft batteries were opening fire on them. So, like I say, only half of the planes that took off, only half of them actually made it back. All of them had been hit. They did successfully reduce the capacity of Hitler's gas station by 40%, but only a month or so later, it had been repaired and they were in full production again. So the raid went down as a failure. 310 airmen died, 108 were captured, another 78 were interned in neighboring Turkey. 88 of the original 177s returned, most of them seriously damaged. There were a lot of medals of honor, the most medals of honor awarded to airmen, and all but 2 of them were posthumously.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's very
in this
interesting.
raid. That was the most medals of honor awarded for a single mission ever. So it's unfortunate that it went down like it did and did not accomplish any more than it did. And there was a heavy toll that was placed for it. Something else on this date, a few years later, 20 years later, 1966, 22 years later, 1966, down in Texas Way, Austin, the Texas Tower, University of Texas Tower, a guy named Whitman, Charles Whitman. He took his parents were getting a divorce and he couldn't stand it. And so he went on a killing spree, killed his mom, killed his wife the night before, stabbed them.
Goodness.
Then he took some pistols and a rifle, stopped and bought another rifle and a bunch of ammunition, and made it to the observation platform atop the 300-foot tower at the University of Texas. He shot 46 people, killed 14 of them, wounded 32. This went on for over an hour. He was an expert shot. He was a Marine, had been a Marine, and he was shooting people out as far away as 500 yards, blocks away. And police in Austin at that time, they had no SWAT team. That was not even heard of in Austin. And they didn't carry rifles in their cars. They had 38 special revolvers. That was it, and shotguns. And they were shooting to the top of a tower that was 100 yards up just from the ground, and they weren't even near the bottom of the tower because they couldn't see anyway. So Whitman had an unobstructed field, target field. And guess what happened? The good old boys from Austin came out with their guns from their pickup trucks, the guns from hardware stores, the guns from everywhere, guns from behind their counters, including one guy named Charles Crum. He came out to see what he could do, and they kept this dude pinned down. They kept him pinned down until a civilian, Crum, one of the officers, Martinez, managed to make it up to the top of the observatory. Crum, who was a civilian, they thought he was a detective, a plainclothes detective, and somebody from Texas Bureau or Texas Rangers or wherever gave him a rifle. And he went up, and the officers went up. Two more officers joined them. Martinez had only his pistol. They cornered Whitman, and they shot him to death.
Wow. Don't mess with Texas. Do not mess with Texas.
So anyway, that was a tragic day. And Whitman, one of the things that he asked was, please do an autopsy on my brain and see if I have a tumor or what caused me to be like this. That's what he wanted to do before. That was a note that he left.
Sounds almost like
90 minutes he kept shooting.
Wow. And so that was his defense. He left in a note.
Yep.
Sounds almost like the trial I listened to yesterday.
Yeah.
That Vallow Daybell.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So,
I listened to the sentence hearing on that yesterday, and it was, she's the one that's murdered her two children.
Yeah.
And then conspired with her then fiance, who became her husband, to murder his wife. And you talk about the sentence hearing. First, the prosecution gave a very compelling argument about her and her actions and the lives that she took and ruined. The defense attorney, I really felt bad for him because, being a defense attorney, sometimes you have cases, they're guilty and you still have to defend them and do what's right.
Yep.
And he was trying to put the defense out there. Well, she's misunderstood. I've gotten to know her. She's a really good person.
No,
and I
she's
think
not, never has been.
I think we need to talk about love and healing. And I was just like, look, I know you're having to provide some kind of defense, but your best thing to do is say, Your Honor, have mercy on her and sit down.
That'd be the best thing.
Oh, gosh. And then she got up and spoke.
Well,
And she alleges that,
she just pointed out she's a nut.
yes,
It's easy.
Now you had to listen to what she had said. It was unreal. She alleges that when she had her daughter, who was 16 at the time that she was murdered, when she had her in childbirth, that she died. The mother died on the table, and they brought her back and saved her. But during that moment that she had died, she had visited heaven, and she started quoting all these Bible scriptures. And now she claims that she has a special power about her, and that her dead children visit her all the time. And they're so happy where they're at. They're just loving living in
Well,
heaven.
you ain't going to go there.
No, and
So you won't be seeing
the
them.
woman that she conspired to kill, she said, "Well, we're best friends and we talk all the time. And she comes to see me, and God knows the truth. God knows who really murdered these people." And never once during the entire trial did she ever admit to her wrongdoings. That judge, I was watching
So
his face.
she got life, huh?
She got life, 3 counts.
Without
So,
parole?
Without parole. So bye-bye.
Good luck.
She can spread her charm in prison.
Yeah. She's a baby killer, and she's going to women's prison.
Yeah, well,
It's not nice.
especially with someone that's killed their own children.
That's what I mean. It ain't
It's
nice.
not going to be good on her.
Okay, up to D.C.,
Oh, great.
the District of Criminals.
I love that.
The House Oversight Committee yesterday heard testimony from one of Hunter's business associates, a friend of the family, yada, 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 Devon Archer. He has been sentenced to spend a year in the big house for unrelated offenses, but anyway, which he'll be doing that hopefully soon. You did the crime, you got to do the time, Bubba. Still under appeal, but he's under orders to report to prison as soon as you get through with this congressional stuff. He testified yesterday. It's closed session, so he testified according to different sources. His testimony indicated, according to the conservatives on the Republican side, indicated that Hunter was in the room with Daddy, or Daddy was on the phone, on speakerphone, with a bunch of Hunter's business associates at least 20 times over a period of a couple of years while Joey Baby was the vice president under Obama. So Joe has maintained for all of these years that he had nothing to do, had no conversations with any of Hunter's business associates about Hunter's business. Okay, that seems to hold true according to this guy, Archer. Sort of. If you do it extremely by the book, Hunter put his daddy on the phone, let his daddy talk to these people, and according to this guy and to other people, the Democrats said, oh, it was all just talking about the weather and talking about other stuff, nothing about his business, which may be true. But was he put on the phone to provide an appearance that he was able to exercise influence as the vice president? Absolutely. If anybody doesn't see that, why else would you put your daddy on the phone?
Well, your opinion.
Yeah.
Do you believe that that's all that was talked about on the phone?
I don't know. If he was very careful, that's all that he talked about. Now, he's been so steadfast in denying that he ever had conversations with Hunter's business associates about Hunter's business. Now, I don't know that a guy like that, knowing that there would be evidence out there to the contrary, because you can't trust your friends or whatever when they're going to prison.
Right.
You can't put a lot of faith in them. And Joe knows that. He's been around the block how many times? And Joe could easily say, yep, we never talked about that. We did talk about the weather. We talked about the families. We talked about this. We talked about that. Ever any inference? That was the question nobody ever asked him. When you had conversations with these people, did you ever talk about, were they ever given the impression that you had some power as the big guy, as Hunter referred to him. We've heard that on tape. This is the big guy. Was there ever an implication or an inference that he would use his powers as the vice president to provide something for you, for these companies? I don't know. But I suspect that that's why he was put on the phone. Now, you read a completely different story from the Associated Press other than you do from Fox News,
Right.
and you get different types of information.
Yes.
Okay, that's just the way it works. The AP is going to cover both sides generally equally. And pretty much what I said about what the Archer apparently said, and then about what the Democrats said, the AP's position is kind of like in the middle. They didn't quite reach the point that Joe was talking about the business operations, Hunter's business operations. That's the report that they have put out. So we're going to have to wait and see how this all comes out. Of course, the Republicans immediately seized upon the opportunity to say we need to use this and move forward with impeachment proceedings against Joe Biden for his involvement, willingly, intentionally, or not. He knew about it. That's what they're going to say. You can rest assured that's the stance that the Republicans will take. And that's, if I was a Republican, that's probably the stance that I would take. As an independent, I'm not sure exactly what stance I would take. I think it's shady dealings. I think it stinks. I think it's not vice presidential.
My opinion as a American citizen, regardless of my party affiliation, is the whole thing stinks.
Oh, absolutely. And when you got Biden made as he was a senator, what was it, $220,000 a year, $240,000, whatever it was during his time. How many millions of dollars is he worth?
Oh, that's
millions and millions and millions
that.
and millions of dollars. And it came from somewhere. I don't think it came from his speaking engagements, because as a speaker, he sucks. And which we have found out more about that recently, and reading some of the stuff yesterday about some of his recent comments in public. It's like, really?
I'm looking now.
I'm not blaming Joe Biden for his physical situation or even his mental situation. I'm blaming everybody else who's using him. That it starts with the Democrat now, ends with his wife.
Well, here you go. Joe Biden, while serving as vice president, his net worth was $2.5 million. But in the years between holding political office, his net worth shot up to $8 million. And this is according to Forbes. So right now, his estimated net worth is at $9 million. So while serving as vice president, but in the years between holding political office, his net worth shot up to $8 million.
Yeah.
So interesting.
So from 2016, when he left the vice presidency, until 2021, when he took over as president, he went from $2.5 million to
$8 million.
$8 million. Explain that to me.
Somebody needs to do some splaining, don't they?
Yep.
Interesting.
We'll take a break. You're welcome to ring in weigh in on this morning and ring us up. Our number is 910-333-0139. I will tell you at 8 o'clock this morning, we've got a special guest in the studio, a return. I love it when she comes in. Salem Clark from Onslow Tourism. We're going to find out how many tourism dollars we're getting, and as far as taxes are concerned, and what we're going to be doing with them, and and I'm sure that she already is working on next year.
Oh, most definitely.
You don't.
I'm going to bring up the page. I bet they've already got next year's in there.
I'm sure they've got a bunch of it in there, and obviously they will do what I would be doing, going after repeat customers.
And talking about events, tonight's Havelock's National Night Out.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
They postponed it because of the heat.
Oh, really?
Yes. No, I'm sorry. No, tonight is National Night
Tonight
Out.
is National Night Out. Yeah,
Nice.
today's the warmth of August.
You know, it was the news
Jackson.
I was listening to this morning.
Okay, Jacksonville's got a big one tonight, and lots of parking available, but it's not going to be
Everybody,
near downtown. And there are lots of cones and stuff downtown, so don't stumble over them as you're walking. Almost run over.
And they
them
have the
driving.
transit running.
And they got a bunch of buses going to be out there. The New River Shopping Center. If I was going to be going and needed a place to park, if I couldn't get a spot, at the sheriff's office, personally, I'd probably just leave Tideline Marine where I've got a parking space
Yes.
and walk on over.
Yes.
Maybe
You're
hitch
right
a
there.
ride with somebody.
Yeah, you're very close.
Yeah, it's not that far away. I had to walk that far yesterday to the hospital about twice. Holy moly, I got lost.
I will tell you, was that Onslow?
Uh-huh.
I remember the last couple of times I was there with different parents. Man, that was a lot of walking.
Well, we'll talk about it when I come back. They need to have better signage inside. I will tell you that right now. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can save just by being you. DriveWise in the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback, and by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands at Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today. Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other state driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Norfolk, Illinois.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer, and you should be too. With the Cub Cadet zero-turn, lawn tractors, and walk-behind lawnmowers from Cub Cadet, all engineered with premium features, leaving you with a well-manicured lawn. Stop by Mills International Incorporated today and unlock the possibilities of your yard. With Cub Cadet, head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Hello, shoppers. Preston Taylor at the Piggly Wiggly on Richlands Highway asks you to donate your gently loved books and help fill more than 75 little free libraries throughout Onslow County. You can drop off your gently used and loved books at the Piggly Wiggly on the Richlands Highway right here in Jacksonville. Remember to take advantage of the following specials as well from the Piggly Wiggly, located on Richlands Highway in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. Half-cut boneless ribeye loins, just $11.99 a pound. Value pack fresh ground round, just $4.79 a pound. Whole boneless pork loin, just $1.59 a pound. Whole bottom round, just $3.59 a pound. How about St. Louis style ribs, just $1.99 a pound? And Springer Mountain Farms jumbo fire wings are just $2.29 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, 2 pints of Ruby Grape tomatoes. You get 2 pints for $4. 3-pack Cello Romaine hearts. You get 2 3-packs for just $5. How about sweet and juicy Eastern peaches, just $1.99 a pound. Tropical jumbo mangoes, just 99 cents each. North Carolina grown yellow or zucchini squash is only $1.99 a pound. And sweet Northwestern cherries, $2.99 a pound. And tart California lemons, just 59 cents each. Remember to donate your Gently Loved books and help fill more than 75 little free libraries throughout Onslow County. You can drop your books off at the Piggly Wiggly on the Richlands Highway right here in Jacksonville. And you get two 2-liter Cokes or Sprites for $4. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down home, down the street, the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the big.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
All right, we're back. And by the way, I'm Rayford Brown.
Harold.
And Kelly is not here today. She's out studying for her test.
She's probably not laughing at you.
Probably
right
not
now.
at all. Tideline Marine, sponsors of the Marine Forecast every day. Their doors will open in about an hour and 3 minutes. So you might want to get your stuff together, get yourself some breakfast, and get a little refreshments because it's kind of warm out there, but not as hot as it's been. And apparently this week's going to be a little cooler than it has been lately. So hang in there for that. That'll be good. Tideline will be opening the doors, like I say, in a little over an hour. Stop by, see Todd. He's got some boats for sale. See George. He's got some boats for sale. See John. He's got some boats for sale and some boats to fix.
Mm-hmm.
And Elise, she'll take care of you when all the rest of them can't. How's that?
Go Elise.
Go girls. Anyway, they will. They've got some really cool boats. I've talked a lot about their Aloha boats. The tri-tune boats are kind of like a pontoon with an extra tune down the middle, a tube, and that's acts like a keel, puts that boat acting like a regular boat, which is good. And so you might want to check that out. But if you want a little fishing boat, the Lund fishing boats, anywhere from about 14 feet to around 20 some feet, they're John boats. They can float in almost no water. That means they get up into the back creeks and all those places. The fall fishing is going to be coming on. Right now, of course, it's still summertime. I'm not rushing fall, but when it gets here, you need a boat that you can get up into the backwaters with, okay? Because that's where the trout, and all through the winter, that's where the trout, that's where the big drum hang out, the puppy drum. When they're little drum, they're puppy drum. When they're big drum, they're big drum.
Yes.
So the red drum will be up there.
I'd love to catch one.
Oh, yeah. They're good, too. They're great in too. But you need the right gear to get up there, and you're going to need a small boat to do it. And if you're looking for some near-shore, offshore fishing boats, and also ones that work in the intercoastal just fine and in the rivers just fine, sports. They got 3 lines of boats going on right now. And George may have brought a new one back, too. He may have a brand new one on the lot. I'll find out a little bit later on today. In a couple of hours, I'll be down yonder. So you may want to check out and see what he's got available in the way of boats. Fishing tackle, anything you want. Near shore, offshore, in the rivers, up the creeks, redfish, trout, you name it, they've got it right there. For offshore, near shore, the Clark spoons, the Yozuri divers, and then they got some big rigs for tuna and for the big wahoos and the big king mackerels. You got everything that you want right there in one stop. One-stop shopping, Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Winds today out of the northeast about 5 to 10 knots, increasing to 10 to 15 later today. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to a bigger chop when the wind kicks up today. It'll be a moderate chop at that time. Northeasterly winds tomorrow 15 20, gust to 25. Seas 2 to 4. Sounds and rivers choppy. Thursday easterly winds 5 to 10, becoming southeasterly. Seas 2 to 4 feet. Sounds and rivers only a light chop.
Sounds good. And today we have a 30% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 3 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 86. Light and variable wind becoming east around 6 miles per hour in the morning. Tonight, a 40% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms before 9 p.m. Mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming clear with a low around 67. Wednesday, sunny with
67.
a high. Yeah, 67.
I'll freeze.
Okay, I know. Turn on the heat. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 87. And Thursday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 85.
Get a little bit of good news here.
Yes.
In the tropics, Disturbance 2 is fading fast as it enters the colder waters of the North Atlantic. Disturbance 1 is turning northward over the central Atlantic basin, remaining disorganized. It's possible it could get itself together, but not likely, according to the forecasters of the National Hurricane Center. This little system will turn more towards the northeast in the coming days and will likely die when it hits the colder waters. And I see no other X marks down there on the in the tropics, in the Atlantic tropic basin.
You know, I'm such a storm freak, and last night I was sitting there going through all the information on the National Hurricane Center and looking at the coast of Africa. Everything looks quiet right now. Quiet.
We don't talk about that.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. We talked about Hunter. Anybody want to chat about it? That's fine. If not, we're going to do something else. FISA. You know what FISA is?
Yes.
702, scheduled to expire at the end of this year, will likely be renewed by Joe Biden at the urging of his advisors. The program, which is designed to filter out communications of U.S. persons, spies on foreign sources through backdoors in telecommunications networks and other electronic communications companies. Apparently, it didn't do so much with the Biden crime family over the past decade, though. They managed to talk to everybody. However, it's drawn scrutiny for sweeping up communications from Americans in contact with foreign targets, referred to as incidental collection. Let me explain that to you. Yes. Are we to trust the government when it says these Americans are basically untargeted bycatches? Do you believe that? Nearly 60% of everything, all of the articles in the president's daily intelligence briefings have stemmed from Section 702 information. Most of everything that he gets comes from FISA, okay? One U.S. official is quoted as saying that we'd be screwed without the secret squirrel information by failing to authorize the continuation of 702. He said, this analysis warns quite starkly that failure to reauthorize Section 702 would be one of the worst intelligence failures of our time, except this intelligence failure would be a known goal. We'd basically be shooting ourselves in the face and handing a huge victory to China, Russia, terrorists, and fentanyl smugglers. Let me do that again. Handing a huge victory to China, Russia, terrorists, and fentanyl smugglers if we don't do 702 renewal? Is this idiot kidding me? Or has he been in a coma for the past decade? China has already won in a trade war with the U.S. and killed tens of thousands of Americans with its Wuhan virus. We know that.
Yes.
In a position that we didn't know anything about it from any of this FISA intelligence gathering stuff in advance, did we? Huh?
No.
Nope.
Good
Nothing.
point.
Zero.
Good point.
So what's that thing doing for us? Russia is in a position with communist allies to destroy the U.S. Terrorists are coming across our southern border every day, totally unchecked. And fentanyl smugglers, we can't even put a dent in that drug trade that killed almost 79,000 Americans in 2022, accounting for more than 68% of all fatal drug overdoses last year in this country. How much worse would it be without 702? It's time to forget all about the spy stuff and put teams along our borders to deal a deadly blow to all drug traffickers and smugglers. That means kill them. If they want a war, let's get on with it. The spy crap has not worked. Terrorists, human smugglers, and drug cartels are having their way with this country, and we're doing nothing about it. To fight this war, we're going to have to let Ukraine fight their own battles. It's time to keep our ammo and turn our guns towards the south. Dire warnings need to be sent to all countries supporting the attack on our border. That includes China and its production of fentanyl. It also includes Mexico, the country that has no desire to stop the illicit human trade and certainly doesn't want to offend the drug cartels. The Coast Guard continues to snatch up drugs and illegals bound for the U.S. They did it last week again. You would think that the huge numbers of Border Patrol, along with the vast resources of Homeland Security, could at least do as well as the Coast Guard. This is that Coast Guard's got the entire Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean, and plus the West Coast. So they're picking up the little submarines coming up the West Coast as it is now. But they've got all of these oceans to patrol. We only got 2,000 miles of a very narrow river to contain and keep the bad guys on the other side. And we can't do it. Or we can, but we refuse to do it.
Yes.
This has got to start at the top. Mr. Biden needs to refer to Harry S. Truman, who admitted that the buck stopped with him and either poop or get off the pot, Joe.
I agree. And in case anybody listening does not know what FISA stands for, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act.
Yes.
And it's part of the Department of Justice.
Yes. And the Department of Justice has attorneys that will issue FISA warrants.
Right. Which I think is a very important department.
Mm-hmm.
And we need them.
And I don't care if we're monitoring our citizens when they're overseas. We don't know what they're doing there.
That's right, we don't.
If we inadvertently, which I doubt, pick up conversation from them, then okay, it's yes, it's tainted fruit, but it is fruit. It might point us in the right direction. But how come it didn't pick up anything from Hunter or Joe during this time? Was Hunter on a super secret, top secret, classified, private, government telephone at the time he was having these conversations when his daddy was in the room? Was he on a top secret phone at that time? That's the question that hasn't been asked or addressed.
No.
That's what I would want to know. Mr. Archer, when you were listening, when you were there, when you heard this, was this on one of those protected phones? A government phone?
I guaranteed not.
I bet it was.
You think?
I bet it was. That's why we don't have any intel on it.
Oh. What are you trying to say, Rayford?
It was premeditated.
Okay. Well, I think this is going to be something that we're going to be dealing with for quite a while.
Yeah.
This story right here. And it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of it.
Well,
if anything does.
Well, they started even with Archer, who was the secret weapon. And his story was not exactly what the Republicans thought it was going to be. I think it's still pretty damning, and it should be enough to at least start an investigation. Implore Jim Jordan,
I love
to check and find out what telephone was used to make those calls to Hunter's business associates.
I love me some Jim Jordan now.
You just like his tie.
I like his ties.
Okay, let's take a break. 910-333-0139. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
If you love ocean pier fishing, the Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant located at mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach is the place for you. The Seaview Pier is a family pier complete with bait and tackle shop, rod and reel rentals, and accessories. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner and features a complete menu from burgers to ocean fresh seafood, straight to you from the briny blue. With the Seaview Motel right next door and the most affordable rates on the coast, you can make it a vacation or a weekend of Carolina pier fishing. It's all here, including the fish. The Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant, mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach, across the bridge, just south from Seas Ferry. To find out what's biting or for motel reservations, call anytime, 910-328-3172.
Crystal Coast Habitat for Humanity invites you to be part of their third annual casino night on Saturday, August 12th at 34 North in Cedar Point from 5 to 10 p.m. All proceeds will benefit Crystal Coast Habitat for Humanity's vision, a world where everyone has a decent place to live. They look forward to having you out for a lucky night with Casino Night to help support their mission of seeking to put God's love into action. Habitat for Humanity brings people together to build homes, communities, and hope. It's Habitat for Humanity's third annual Casino Night Night, Saturday, August 12th at 34 North in Cedar Point from 5 to 10 p.m. Come join them for a fun night of gambling, music, food, and prizes. To purchase tickets, visit HabitatCrystalCoast.org. That's Habitat Crystal Coast. 910-250-6052 for more information.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
You want to know what I had to eat last night?
You're doing this on purpose, I know.
Oh, well, it was good. You know, I over the weekend I cooked a roast, and we had that for a couple of days. I cooked it last Friday, I think. So we had that for a couple of days, couple different days, and then Sunday. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, Sunday. I started chopping it all up, chopping the meat up, and adding a whole bunch of veggies to it. I made a ton of veggies, and I put this seasoned stuff in there all together with all that other fresh veggies and the frozen veggies and tomatoes from the garden out here.
What'd you have for dessert?
Oh my! I had that for dessert too. And then I put it all there and let it simmer and simmer and simmer and simmer pretty much all day. Then I turned it off so that I could eat it last night. And I ate it. Actually, I had some yesterday for breakfast too, and then I had some for lunch. Then I had some in the afternoon for dinner. So. It was so good, so yummy, yummy, yummy.
It sounds like
the only thing I did not have in there?
What's that?
Shark. But
yeah.
There was another one in Florida, the third in Florida in the month of July over the weekend. Happened Sunday on a Manatee County beach. That's on Florida's west coast. The guy was hospitalized while medical personnel worked on his lower leg. The 20-year-old man was bitten by the shark, but no one knows what kind of shark it was. One of his friends who was there on the scene applied a tourniquet to slow the bleeding until EMS teams arrived. That's the third shark attack in Florida waters during the month of July. They've had several others earlier.
Well, a 15-year-old boy was attacked by a shark in New York.
Yeah.
He was surfing off the coast of New York's Fire Island.
Yeah, well.
And that was last Monday afternoon?
Yep.
Monday afternoon, yeah.
We hear about sex change surgery almost daily. Finally, someone who agrees with me, you cannot change a person's sex. It cannot be done. Representative Harriet Hageman said there's no such thing as a successful sex change operation during a House Judiciary Subcommittee hearing on gender-affirming care for children. There's 100% failure rate for sex change operations, isn't there? The Wyoming Republican said to Dr. Jennifer Bowens during the hearing last Thursday, because it's not possible to change your sex. That's right, the doctor replied. You cannot change your sex. Okay, how about them apples? All the drugs, all the scalpels, all the surgeries, and if you were born a boy, you're still a boy, no matter what you do. Same if you're a girl. If you were born a politician and have been living at the expense of the people, then you're still a politician. Men and women are different. Men cannot be women and women cannot be men. No amount of drugs nor surgery can ever change that. Hageman continued, the current Democrat Party is one of extremism and divisiveness, telling Americans to follow the science on COVID, but denying the indisputable science that a man is a man and a woman is a woman.
Yeah.
She pointed to the fact that lobotomies were a medically accepted practice in the 1940s and 50s, which would be viewed as cruel and barbaric today, and history will render the same verdict on gender-affirming care that is being practiced on children now. I can believe that. I can believe that's what's going to come down in the future. Y'all did what?
Yeah.
Really?
They're going to find a way to change the to go in veto and change the sex of the baby while it's grown in the uterus before it's over with.
Nope. In the hearing, detransitioner Chloe Cole. Have you heard about Chloe?
No, I have not.
Chloe made a desperate plea for Congress to act against gender treatments and surgeries. My childhood was ruined, she testified on her 19th birthday. Finally, those who are not afraid to speak out for fear of annoying the woke dimwits out there. Now, Chloe was born a girl. She was ridiculed. Apparently, she developed a little early.
Right.
She was made fun of. It affected her mentally. Parents did not get counseling, apparently. So she demanded, and her parents did not stop it. They went along with it to transition to a boy. She had a double mastectomy.
Isn't that the one we talked about a couple months
Yep,
ago
it
where
is.
the counselor advised her just to go have the sex change? The doctor did.
The doctor did.
Yes, and now she's suing the doctor.
She's suing everybody, and she should.
Yes.
She was 12 and 13 years old when all of this started.
Exactly.
Now, she was born a girl.
Right.
She became a guy, which was a total failure, and now she is detransitioned back to being a girl. She said she would like to be able to nurse a baby one day. Not going to happen.
No.
Not anymore.
And at 12 years of age,
Yeah.
I just don't think that this type of thing should be allowed until they become an adult. My opinion, I don't think children should be given that
and
option.
after counseling
Yes.
and everything else and
Exactly.
mental evaluations and whatever. I mean, you do it for everything else in the world. You want to do it for somebody to get a gun, so why not do it for this?
Right.
Hello. This is a life-changing deal. From dimwits to halfwits, we're going to talk about the Biden administration withholding federal money. You get this one ready? Kelly, figure this one out. The Biden administration is withholding federal money for elementary and secondary schools nationwide, schools that have hunting or archery programs in their curriculum.
I read that
including
yesterday.
hunter safety courses.
I read that yesterday, and I'm like, what?
The Department of Education claims its funding decisions were based on their interpretation of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which Congress passed and President Biden signed last year after a string of mass shootings. Be careful what you do when you get into bed with the liberal side. This is what can come of it. The agency's interpretation means funding for shooting sport activities earmarked under the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965 will be blocked across the country. This is another "you've got to be kidding me" things, right? Nope. No joke here.
I read that yesterday. What's next? What's next?
The real joker is in the White House, and the 2020 joke is now on us. Biden's latest anti-American move impacts thousands of schools and millions of American students across the nation. The president is well known for his anti-hunting rhetoric. We know about his anti-gun stand. Now it's bows and arrows. What next? Spitballs?
Well, I've got the answer. I've got the solution.
Yeah, let's skip forward to 2024 right away. And
after we come
move
back
on.
from break, I'm going to tell you about a new political party forming.
Yay, you're live and local real talk. Don't go away. I hope it'd be one that I can support. You will be right back.
The Burrow Restaurant and Bar in Swansboro is hiring. We're currently looking for experienced line cooks and expos. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. The Burrow is open 7 days a week. Stop by for an application. Our sister restaurant, Il Cigno Italiano, is also hiring line cooks, expos, and bartenders. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. The Burrow Restaurant on Front Street and Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue, both in Swansboro.
Down East, heating and air conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986.
Down East is your local Bryant factory authorized dealer. Down East, Bryant, whatever it takes to keep you cool.
Down East, heating and air conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
Need service on your present cooling system? Just call Down East. Looking to replace your cooling system in your home or office? Down East and Bryant is ready to do whatever it takes to keep you cool on these hot summer days. Ask about 0% interest for 60 months. Down East, Bryant, whatever it takes.
Down East, heating and air conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print. Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, I'm hearing that there may be a party out there that might even take me under its wing, that I might be able to join. Is that right?
I'm thinking that anybody who's unaffiliated may like this.
Okay. Or even some Republicans who are just
even some Republicans.
That was me. Or some Democrats who are just totally like, huh? Biden who?
Yeah, Democrats, Republicans, unaffiliated who are very disgruntled with their own political party.
Even the Green Party. No, well, they won't do it.
Well, I came across this and did some research.
Okay, tell me about it.
Former Governor Pat McCrory is leading a push to get a no labels party on the North Carolina ballots. The new political party is close to getting on the ballot, but not without facing the hurdles presented by the North Carolina Board of Elections. The No Labels Party wants the option to run an alternative candidate if next year's election becomes a rematch between Biden and Trump. The new party's leadership includes Ben Chavis, a Democrat and civil rights leader who's from North Carolina, and our former Republican Governor Pat McCrory. Now, I know Pat McCrory's co-chair of this new political.
What a strange concoction.
Yes.
Ben Chavis?
McCrory said he is not leaving the GOP, and he is hoping someone other than Trump gets the nomination, but he likes the mission of No Labels. No Labels will make a decision after next year's Super Tuesday primary on whether it will run a presidential candidate in 2024. No Labels has to become a recognized political party well ahead of the election. North Carolina requires new political parties to get nearly 14,000 voters to sign a petition. No Labels hired a firm to gather signatures across the state, and early this month, the State Board of Elections announced that it had exceeded their requirements by about 1,000 signatures. But one member of the State Board, Elections Board Chairman Alan Hirsch, said he wants more proof that No Labels provided training materials to inform the voters about the purpose of the new party. McCrory said his group has followed all the requirements and that the two political parties, the Republicans and the Democrats, are just trying to add new hurdles. This could prove interesting and proves popular for the unaffiliated voters. A hearing and vote is scheduled for August 13th at the North Carolina Board of Elections. And I did check the North Carolina campaign finance section, and the No Labels is registered. They had already, since August of 2022 is when they registered, they had already earned like $107,000, which a lot of that they have already spent on a consultant firm, which I suppose are the ones that sent out the request for signatures and gathered the signatures for this. But I think this may throw a new monkey wrench into the presidential race.
Until you mentioned Ben Chavis, I was like all ears.
Yes.
You know who Ben Chavis was?
Somewhat, yes.
He was a leader of the Wilmington 10.
Oh, God.
The group who was convicted of arson, burning a big chunk of Wilmington during the civil rights riots. They were not protests. They were riots. They were using guns. A friend of mine was undercover, a black police officer as a rookie at that time. And he told me much. He was the one responsible for arrested.
Wow.
So
when it's a civil rights leader, I remembered something from the past, but that I did not remember. But
no, not going to happen. Sorry.
But what do you imagine would happen if they were able to throw another name on the ballot?
How about anybody but party? Anybody but party. That would be my party.
Right, right.
So, Jacksonville police officer, a captain with the Jacksonville Police Department for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
He's retiring. Yeah.
Happy retirement.
Yeah, Captain Mike Capps, been around for quite a while as a detective. Started his career and actually before he was 21 years of age, he was hired as a prison guard. He worked at the Department of Corrections in Burgaw. Worked there for about a year until he turned, with a dormitory, as he put it, of 140 inmates. So he's then hired by Jacksonville PD at the age of 21 years. Yay, nice. So, you know, he's come a long way. He's done a great job, and I've seen a lot of stuff with his name on it. He worked uniform, worked the street crimes unit before applying to work in investigative services back in 1999. Did not think he'd get the job because he was so young, but he did. He then worked in the juvenile division, now known as the Special Victims Unit, for about 6 years. So anyway, so it's cool. Congratulations, Mike. Yeah, and you
job well done.
Retirement well earned. Let's just put it that way. So good job, excellent. So take some time off, go fishing. I know where you can get a boat. Let's go ahead and take our break here. Top of the hour. We're coming up to it, and then we've got Salem Clark in here, and you've got a question to ask her during the break.
A question during the break?
Yeah, you've got a question to ask her.
Oh, yes, I
during the
do.
break,
Yes,
and
thank
we'll
you
find
for
out
the reminder.
after the fact.
Yes.
So we're going to surprise her.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be back after the Fox News.
SME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
WSME.
You gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week?
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
This computer is going absolutely crazy, so bear with me for just a moment. I'm going to try to get back to our news that we are supposed to be doing right now. So hang in there.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Storm business partner Devin Archer says Hunter Biden sold the illusion of access to his father, the then vice president. That's how New York House Democrat Dan Goldman describes Archer's closed-door testimony for the House Oversight Committee. He says the Biden spoke by speakerphone during meetings and dinners, but not about business.
It's kind of a preposterous premise to think that a father should not say hello to people that the son is at dinner with, and that is literally all the evidence is.
Fox's Brooks Singman.
In a statement, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer said Devin Archer's testimony confirms that Joe Biden lied to the American people when he said he had no knowledge about his son's business dealings and was not involved.
Transcripts of that testimony are expected to be made public. Phoenix, Arizona ends its record 31-day streak of at least 110-degree weather. It hit 108 yesterday. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Computers and all that sort of good stuff. Sometimes they just go beyond me. Whatever. Anyway, we're back. Let's see. We got her. Let's put her with this black microphone here, please. Yep. That one's a better mic. So anyway, joining us in the studio, we have Salem Clark. How you doing, Salem?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me again.
Good.
We love having you
we
in
like
the
you in here
studio.
because especially during the summertime when you've got all these tourism plans and actions and stuff like that. I assume that you're thanking us for sending all the storms away so
Yes,
far.
yes.
We did it. We did it all by ourselves.
I was a little worried at the beginning because
I
it
was
seemed
too.
like every weekend it was raining.
Yeah. Well, it's hopefully the rain doesn't keep too many people away, and if they do, hopefully they'll go shopping. But anyway, the beaches have
is
been
true.
pretty crowded,
They have been.
so that's a good thing. And,
Yes. Because I think the last time I came on, I did tell y'all that North Topsail Beach was in one of the top 10 trending
Yes.
cities. Well, I got another one that the Fox News picked that story up and has covered it too.
Oh, good.
That North Topsail Beach is again trending.
Excellent. That's
Nice.
good. It's a good place to come.
Yes.
Activity there, lots of potential there,
Yes.
and lots of wonderful places to stay.
Oh, yes.
You
Definitely new vacation rentals being
Uh-huh.
built almost daily down.
Yes, they are.
so vacation rentals. A lot of folks build a house for their own vacation, and they will
Mhm.
stay there when it's not rented.
Yes.
And a lot of times, I've known people that they enjoyed staying during the fall and the wintertime
Mhm.
and the early spring. So they could also beef it up, spruce it up, get it ready for the summer season.
hmm
But apparently, we have some year-round folks who visit us too during the fall and the wintertime when the tourists are not so many in numbers.
And that's the time of year we really promote too. Because summer, we have so many visitors that come, but we
Mhm.
do highly promote the fall and the winter. It's definitely more quiet, more discounted rates during
Yeah.
that time too.
Yep.
And during the fall here in Onslow, it's beautiful with the
And
different.
the water is still warm.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
still swim in the water. And by the way, it generally calms down a little bit in the fall.
Mhm.
You don't have all of that other stuff out there messing around.
Yes.
And the daily storms, the daily thunderstorms go away, and it's kind of nice and pleasant. I really enjoy it. And besides that, the fall fishing coming on is even
I was going
really
to say
good.
the fishing is really great, and then if you want to get out on cruises, specialty cruises, and do anything like that, that is the best time
Mhm.
to get out and explore the waterways.
Okay. How about the rest of the county? I know the beach is going to be its natural attraction. That's
Mhm.
going to be there. We've got other things that people come to Onslow County for, and they stay in Jacksonville motels, they stay in Swansboro motels, they stay all over the county.
Yes, and truthfully, this weekend is a really busy weekend for events that are going on, mainly in Jacksonville. So Lazy H Ranch and Arena is having one of their rodeos this weekend.
I saw a board about that somewhere out on Gum Branch Road the other day.
Mhm. Yeah, they put their sign up. We shared the post yesterday, getting lots of attraction on that. But yeah, they have a rodeo Friday and Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Sundown in the Ferry and Sneed's Ferry is having their last live music and vendor event
This weekend?
on
Really?
Saturday.
Okay.
Mhm. And then Coastal Plains Dragway is having an event this weekend along with the New River All American Speedway.
Yes.
Is
Mhm.
having
Big one.
some races this
Yeah,
weekend
they had
too.
some finals or something like that.
Mhm. Yes.
What they call playoffs or runoffs or something
Mhm.
like that. So that should be interesting for the car enthusiasts, the racing
Yeah.
enthusiasts out there.
And then Mike's Farm is also having a magic show this weekend.
A
So
magic show.
Yes.
They need to conjure up me a new motor.
Yeah, it's a little hard to take a motor out of your hat.
Get a bigger hat.
So that kind of meets all kinds of different interest groups this weekend. So
Right.
lots of events that are going on. And those are kind of the events we have that draw people in
Okay.
throughout the county too.
So how far and wide are our tourists coming? Where are they coming from? I know there are certain states that we know they come from. Ohio is going to be one
Yes.
of them, right?
Mhm.
Because I got some friends that come here at least once a year.
Yeah. So Ohio is really big for our beach vacationers.
Mhm.
And then, of course, North Carolina is always going to be our number one people from other parts of the state coming in visiting
Well,
us.
North Carolina's kind of big. It's 400 miles away for
Mhm.
people to come.
Well, I always like to say, we're number 6 of the most visited state, but it's mainly North Carolina likes to travel within North Carolina.
Mhm.
But of course, our surrounding states, so Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, those are our next kind of big states. And then Florida is actually a big state for
Really?
us too, for people traveling to visit us.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Are they looking for something different or just to get away from all those other people that go to Florida?
Well, like I said, during the spring, we said need a vacation from their vacationers, and we invited them up to our beaches
I got you.
instead. But actually, a lot of my friends are originally from Florida, moved here, and then their family will come visit them up this way.
That's the reason.
But we do have quite a bit of Florida people that just come up and
Well,
vacation in
Rayford,
our area.
You keep talking about the sharks in the water at Florida,
Yeah.
so they're coming up here to swim.
Come on up here. We don't have the sharks here. They all stay in Florida. We send them there.
And so during the summer, that's kind of some of our bigger areas that people come from. And then once it gets a little cooler, we get people from further up north
I may have
that
been-
travel down.
I may have mentioned this before, but back during the 1970s when we had the gas crisis, Canadians used to go to Florida in the
Mhm.
springtime, in March, in fact. That was a big trend. They would head for spring breaks and whatever, go to Florida.
Mhm.
Then the gas prices came along and they could figure out, we can go halfway there on the same amount of money that we were
Mhm.
spending to go all the way there before. But we can't get all the way there now for that kind of money. So we'll stop halfway. And they were stopping in Myrtle Beach.
Mhm.
And therefore, Myrtle Beach immediately took advantage of it. It started something called Can-Am, or Canadian
Mhm.
American Days. And do we have a lot of Canadians kind of coming to our area?
I don't think we have as much Canadians now along the I-95 corridor. So a
Mhm.
lot of our other tourism offices that are along there, they have a lot of Canadians who are traveling
Okay.
down or back up through there. We're still trying to work on them to come kind of
We need
further
a sign. Take a
the
left
coast.
here. Turn at Rocky Mount and come on down to the coast.
Yes.
There we go.
We got to fight Outer Banks first for them to come our way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather our beaches are much better than Outer Banks.
Oh, absolutely. We're number
much,
10.
much better.
Mhm.
10 of the nation. What can
Yes.
you say about that, Outer Banks?
Yeah, you can't swim at the beaches in the Outer Banks.
It's quite often kind of rough over there.
They're very
Yeah, and surfers like it, but for other
Come-
folks, it's
come here.
not the best.
Mhm.
So, anyway, money. There's a bunch of money generated from these room tax, right?
Yes, that is correct. So we did get our last. No, we haven't gotten our June numbers, so we haven't gotten our final fiscal year
Mhm.
numbers. But as of right now, we are looking at one of our best year collections
Good.
in occupancy tax. So around 4 million.
Wow.
great.
Okay, now what are you going to do with it? You can buy me a motor. And I'll take some tourists out for a trip.
Oh,
I'm going to get me a
goodness.
motor.
One way or another, if I win the lottery tonight, we'll
There-
get your
there you
motor.
go.
Well, like I said, the county actually collects the money. We put in a
Right.
grant
Yeah.
to receive ours. But yeah, so it was a really great year this year. And we're hoping for still really good numbers for this next year, too. Events and groups are traveling back again. I mean, we're getting a lot of phone calls for reunions that are traveling
Oh,
and
really?
coming back in
Oh,
again.
nice.
One of the big
Nice.
ones that's coming up, it's not necessarily a reunion, but the event is the Montfort Point Marines.
Right.
Oh, yes.
They're doing their convention actually here this year. So
Oh,
we'll
that's
be
great.
it'll be a little bit bigger this
Is that
year.
the national convention?
Mhm. Yes,
Oh,
so
when-
it's going to be
great.
here.
When is that going to be?
So it is August.
Oh, it's this month.
Yeah, it's the end
Excellent.
of this month. So August 23rd through the 26th. The day that people can come out is August 25th. That's when they do the ceremony.
Okay.
Oh.
That
good.
you can come out and they do the Congressional Gold Medal.
We need to get somebody on the show here from
Ceremony.
them.
It's a lot of fun. It's very, very hot. So hopefully fans out there
Yeah, it'll be
during
fun.
the time. But
Yeah, it'll be fun.
it's a really good ceremony.
Yeah.
So I highly encourage if you have time to go out.
Now I know you don't stop planning ever, so you're probably looking at next year already.
Yes. Well, we're looking into fall and winter
Mhm.
and really getting kicked off that way. We'll be hosting travel writers again in the fall.
Oh,
So
good.
I think I've explained to y'all, we, instead of putting a lot of ads in magazine, we host writers into the
And let
area
them
to
do it
get,
for free.
well, we host them. So we cover those costs. And then hopefully we get a bigger story in a magazine, which is kind of how Our State came about, how we got so much coverage in the June issue. We hosted them and then got 3 major stories
Oh, good.
out of that, made the cover
Yeah.
of the June Our State magazine.
So where do these travel writers come from?
So they come from all over. We work with the company to help us recruit the writers in. So our last ones that we had one was from Florida, and the other one was from Ohio. But they come mainly from, the eastern part of the state,
Sure.
and then kind of Midwest is where we do a lot of our focus on the writers too.
Yeah, I doubt if we get a whole lot of Californians coming to the East Coast.
Yeah, we do get traffic from California, but a lot of that's for the base people.
military,
Yeah, military coming over. But most of it's going to be kind of more the Eastern Coast.
Oh, we'll
people
take
coming
their
to
money
visit.
too. Not a problem.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. No big deal. Equal opportunity money snatcher.
Of course we will.
So anyway, what are some of the big events you mentioned? The Montford Point Marine Revival
Convention.
convention coming up. So what are the other big ones between now and the Lake Fall?
So you got the North Carolina Shrimp Festival.
Yes.
That is going to be the first weekend in September.
Mhm.
And then I know I'm going to blank now. We have lots that are coming up. We do have Onslow Oktoberfest, the Mullet Festival down in Swansboro.
That's normally in November, I think. October, November, something like that.
October, I believe.
Mhm.
Mullet.
Yeah, Mullet Festivals in October, and then of course I'm going ahead and telling people for Mike's Farm Christmas show
Oh, absolutely.
and dinner. Those tickets go on sale September 1st.
Yeah, you
So-
might want to do that if you have desires. If you've never done it, you
Yes.
might really want to try it. If you've done it before, you know how much fun it is.
Mhm.
Get your tickets early.
Yes, last year I think they told me they sold out in 24 hours.
I'm sure they did.
So once it comes open, go ahead and purchase. They do have some spots that open up, but the dinner plus the light show sells
Mhm.
out really quickly. And then ELJ Farms is already promoting their Christmas events. We're always way in advance.
we
We're
were
already
just there.
promoting our Christmas.
Well, there's nice promotions start in advance. That's
Yes.
what it should do.
Well, I noticed this Friday night, the Jacksonville Parks and Recreation is hosting a movie in the park, and the movie is DC League of Super Pets.
What?
The DC League of Super Pets. Yeah, pets have heroes too,
Oh,
like the Marvel comics.
okay.
Yeah, I mean it's cute. Look at them; they're just really cute. It's a movie in the
Okay.
and you can
It
get
is.
all this information if you go to the website only in Onslow.
Kiddies, take your parents. We need some culture.
Yeah, maybe some fun.
Well, one of the other really big events too is the Beirut Memorial Ceremony.
Yes,
It's
yes.
the 40th this
Oh,
year.
wow.
So,
40th. Wow,
Holy
has it
moly.
been that long?
so they're planning a bigger ceremony this year.
Wow.
So that's October 23rd.
Right, always the 23rd.
I know that
Mhm.
date.
Yes, I know that well too.
A couple of days later, I was downtown when the president showed up,
All right.
flew in.
I'll never forget. I was delivering mail, and somebody ran out the door and came up to me and said, "Have you heard what happened?" I was like, "What?"
Mm, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a day. And a friend of mine who passed away a few years ago, he was aboard a ship just offshore when it happened. He's a
Yeah.
Navy combat photographer. Of course, they choppered him in to start shooting
Right.
pictures. And then after he retired at age 37 with 20 years in, he enlisted in the Navy when he was 17. Parents signed for him.
Mhm.
And then I hired him as a photographer for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was Salem, I was noticing on this Only in Onslow calendar that you have
Mhm.
that I guess individuals, if you owned a business and you were having a venue or event or something, you could actually go on there yourself and put it on your calendar.
Yes, we really do encourage people to submit their own events. We try as hard as we can. A lot of the events are pulled from Google, but if you're doing it on Facebook or just as a post, it doesn't get pulled in automatically. And we try to keep up as best as we can, but we do encourage people to submit their own events onto our website.
And you
Okay.
just go right on the page and just It has a signature event button.
Cool.
I like that.
I like that too. That's pretty neat. We'll submit one or two when we have Salem one here.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Go on their
Meet
website.
Salem.
See the girl behind all of this stuff, y'all.
Yeah. And you can also get a copy of a free visitor's guide. You can download it or request them mail it to you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay,
We're
that'd be
actually working on redesign, well, switching out photos and doing our new one. We're in the process of that right now.
Yes, you've got things to do, where to
Mhm.
stay, restaurants, events, and Onslow Great Outdoors. I want to go to Hammocks Beach State Park. I have not been there
Oh,
in
really?
years.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't
not
either in
been
years.
there in
but
years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's a nice place.
Yes.
Now's the time to go so you can catch the ferry over to Bear Island.
Yeah. Yep. Or take a boat.
Yes. Now, if you got your own boat, that's
I've gone
right
by
there at
boat.
Landing.
Yeah, I've gone by boat.
you don't want to
so-
kayak over
No.
to. It
Those
is a
days-
great place to kayak if
those
you like to
days are
kayak.
I don't like to kayak. I've done it once, and that was enough. And that was
Oh, man,
actually
I
one
feel like
time
I'm
too many.
sitting in a little coffin.
It makes your
It
back
rolls
hurt.
over. Yeah. Oh, you're making mine hurt just.
Yeah.
We could paddleboard.
No,
that's
we'll
even
let-
harder.
We'll let Kelly
It
do
is.
that.
It is
Kelly
very hard
loves
to do.
paddleboarding.
Mm.
Oh yeah, she lives to paddleboard.
There she does. You
Maybe
need to get together and buy her a paddleboard for Christmas.
Maybe tonight after she goes out to dinner, she'll go take a moonlight paddleboard.
There you go.
Yeah,
Right down New River.
she's gonna kill us both.
Well, I am going to say I think Jacksonville is working on their Blue Ways Trail, so they actually are putting some paddling trails
Really?
soon in Jacksonville too.
Really?
hmm
Where would that be?
So I haven't seen the map from them quite yet, but it's going to be probably from where the boat launches, right there at the
Yeah,
landing.
Okay.
And I think they're going to put some markers right around in that area that you can paddle
Okay.
around to.
Is that the landing downtown? Did you
Yeah.
say?
downtown?
Is
Mhm.
that paddle boarding or just
Tell
paddling of
me.
any kind?
Any kind.
Okay.
George
so you
needs
take,
to rent 'em.
take your canoe.
You
There you
canoe, kayak, stand up paddleboarding,
Mhm.
swimming,
Swimming.
whichever way you would like to go.
Now,
Swimming,
will
I
you
could
be
do.
at National Night Out tonight?
Yes, I plan
For
to
some
go
reason, I
tonight.
keep thinking it was last month. So messed up.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big one. I'm going to talk about that too.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's not a tourist event, but it is becomes
Mhm.
sort of like a tourist attraction, doesn't it?
We do. We put it on our calendar, and then we tip when we'll take pictures during the event too.
Excellent. So, yeah, it's a huge event. This is the 25th one for Jacksonville, or I forgot. It's been a lot of them.
It sounds about right.
And-
25,
and I
26.
think it's been
I
like
don't remember.
35 or so nationwide. Started out as Take Back the Night way back when,
Mhm.
because we the people were getting tired of having to go in and lock your doors at nighttime. So we were going to take back the night. It belongs to us, not them.
Okay.
Scum, stay away. So that's good. Get out. You can go meet your first responders, including law enforcement from pretty much every agency that has a police department or a police presence. From NCIS, I've seen those guys there. SBI is always there. Highway Patrol is always there. JPD, of course, the premier sponsor there, along with the sheriff's office, going to be there. No doubt Swansboro PD will be there. North Topsail Beach, Richlands, Holly Ridge, maybe
Holly
even Surf
Ridge.
City. Who knows? So as they cover
Yeah.
part of Onslow County.
Pretty
Little
cool.
bit. So anyway, it's a big deal, big event. EMS will be there, and if nothing else, come out and see Salem.
Yes. I'll be wandering around somewhere.
You're wandering around. Just look for Salem. Holler.
Salem.
You'll definitely have to look down.
Oh no, I know a lot of people will have to look up. She's not that short. Salem, thank you again for coming in. We do appreciate
It's always
it.
a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
It's always a lot of fun. Enjoy your T-shirt.
I will. Thank you so much. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
All right. Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME will continue with National Night Out information just for you when we come back right after weather. Don't go away.
For
40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Since 1997, locally owned and operated Jersey Mike's, 301E Western Boulevard right here in Jacksonville, has provided only the best hot and cold subs and healthy salads to our community and our military neighbors, and thanks all our customers for making Jersey Mike's a sub above. Jersey Mike's features hot and cold subs in different sizes, served Mike's way or your way, in addition to delicious, healthy salads. To place your order or for takeout, phone 910-353-8091. Once again, Sam Duran and the staff of Jersey Mike's, 301E Western Boulevard, Jacksonville, thanks you for making them a sub above.
Have your Jones Onslow monthly electric bills been arriving a little later than usual? We have noticed that the mail is taking a bit longer than expected, so we want to share other options to review and pay your monthly bill. One way is through paperless billing and notifications. When you sign up for paperless billing, you will receive an email each month when your statement is available to view online at our website. Sign up for paperless billing under the account management section of My Account at joemc.com. Another way is through our mobile app. You can download the JOEMC mobile app for fast, easy, secure access to your account anytime. You can view your balance, pay your bill, report an outage, track your usage, and schedule alerts and reminders. These are just a few ways you can stay on top of your bill. Go to My Account on joemc.com to view all the ways we're helping you stay in control of your monthly electric bill. Member focused, service driven. That's our co-op.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's not for everyone, only for you. The medication your doctor prescribes is exclusively yours to take as directed. Nobody else should be taking it. It's up to you to keep your medication secure and to safely dispose of any unused medications. Don't let anyone take what's yours. Your prescription, your responsibility. Be aware, don't share. Lock your meds.
Supported by NCDHHS, Division of Mental Health, Developmental Disabilities, and Substance Abuse Services. Visit lockyourmeds.org/NC.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back. And Marine, they're opening their doors. They're getting ready. On your mark, get set, go, boys and girls. Get out there and get those doors open and get ready for all the customers that are going to be coming in today. Weather's nice. You might want to go down and take a look and start planning for your fall. And there's plenty of time for the summer season. They still have tubes, all sorts of water toys there at Tideline Marine. And you might even find a deal on one or two items. I can tell you, you'll find a deal on a stand-up paddleboard. It's an inflatable stand-up paddleboard. So you need to check that out. I was on this thing a few years ago on one just like it. It was at one of the big rock shows. And I said, how can that inflatable hold anybody up? Well, get on it. Well, I'm a fairly full-grown person, right? So I stood on there. Yeah, it's like a board. It's no problem. It's not like the little toy rafts that you buy or the air mattresses or anything like that. This thing is a hard, inflatable.
My thing is, air goes in. Air's got to come out.
Yeah, when you take the plug out.
Oh, okay. I think I'll go with the non-blow up.
Oh, well, you can do that too. That's not a problem. Build your own if you want to. Get a piece of plywood and
Oh, we've
whatever.
made skimboards out of plywood.
Yeah. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. The doors are opening any moment now, so stop by and say hi. I'll be down there around 10 o'clock or so. Northeasterly winds offshore today, 5 to 10 knots, increasing to 10 to 15 later in the day. Seas 2 to 3 feet. They may kick up a little bit. Dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers are light up, increasing to a moderate chop when the wind does kick up later on today. Wednesday, tomorrow, northeasterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25, seas 2 to 4, sounds and rivers will be choppy. Thursday, easterly winds 5 to 10, becoming southeasterly, seas 2 to 4 feet, sounds and rivers a light chop.
And today we have a 30% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 3 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 86. Light and variable wind becoming east around 6 miles per hour. Tuesday night, 40% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms before 9 p.m. Mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming mostly clear with a low around 67. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 87. And Thursday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 85.
I'm going to get a jacket and wear it
Loving
because it's
this
going to be
week.
freezing. I'm about to freeze to death at 67
I
degrees.
have to get a blanket out when I go to bed.
No doubt about that. Hey, National Night Out is tonight.
Yes,
Some
it
things, some rules. Don't bring your
listen to
pets.
me.
Don't bring your pets.
Right.
Okay. Don't bring your pets. There will be fireworks at the end of the evening, about 8:30 or so, and don't bring your pets. Don't bring your guns. You got to keep those at home. This is
Right.
not an event that you're going to need protection. There will be plenty of police officers there, and they got their guns. Okay, so leave yours at home, please. Don't want to get people excited for an event like this. Some special stuff. There's going to be live music. Freeway's playing.
I love Freeway.
There's going to be a bicycle giveaway during
Yes,
the evening.
lots of
Brand new
bicycles.
bicycles. They got a bunch of them going to be given away. So check that out. If you've got kids that they're looking for a bike, get on down there. Backpacks and school supplies will be given away. There will be all sorts of demonstrations. There will be exhibits, food vendors, children's activities, fireworks, like I said, at 8:30. Public safety themed vendors as well. That means folks like the police agencies, law enforcement agencies, federal, state, and local will be there. So you need to come on by, check it out, shake hands, and say, hey, I'm down here to meet you, and thank you for what you do. That would be the right way to do things. Get to know them now. Better to know them now than when you have to meet them the other way, not because you're a bad person, because a bad person did something to you. You'll understand the work that these fine men and women do. And so just drop on by and say hi and thank them, please. Fire officials will be there. EMS personnel will be there.
It's a great night.
They'll be doing double duty. They're there officially, and they're also there to answer your questions.
There's so much entertainment,
Yep.
especially for the kids.
Parking. Of course, there's not going to be as much up close and personal parking downtown tonight because they've got all sorts of construction projects underway.
Yes.
You can park in all sorts of locations. If you go to the National Night Out website, you should be able to find it there where they're going to be some.
And we posted it too.
And we posted it on our Facebook page. New River Shopping Center comes to mind. It closes down.
Mhm.
The shopping center closes, and there will be about 1 billion parking spaces out there. There will be buses there free. The Jacksonville Transit System will be running back and forth throughout the evening, so you can
That's
stay as
right.
long or as little as you want. Okay, but you can catch these buses. Just get on over there, watch where they're pulling up, and flag them down when they go by you, and jump on board. Or
We
walk
live
over
in
to us.
such a great
It
city.
is. It's a great city. And the let's see, there will be also shuttles from the sheriff's office parking lot.
Yes.
So there is some parking up there, limited parking there, and that will fill up first. guarantee
The
you.
old Thompson Elementary School.
Thompson Elementary School
There'll be
area
parking
there
there.
on what is the name of that street? College Road,
Yes.
College Street.
College.
Street.
Yes. Yes,
It's
College.
near the DSS,
Right.
that area.
And I think there's parking there too.
Yes. So there will be plenty of shuttle buses. There will be nothing on New Bridge Street now.
Yeah, let's
you
just
got
say
to
the
understand.
only place you can't park
Is
is
on-
New
is
Bridge
during
Street.
that construction phase, they got all sorts of fencing there. It says, do not enter, keep your butt out. If you come in here, you're going to get stuck.
I can't wait to see what that's going to look
It's
like.
going to look cool. I saw them with a bunch of dirt in there the other day, so
Yes.
that's going to be for some of the
Can't
things that
wait
they're
to
working
see
on. So
that.
we'll find out more about that later in the year, and it should be pretty nice down there. Okay, so that's what's
It'll be
happening
beautiful.
in downtown tonight. Don't
And
ever
it's
say there
tonight.
ain't nothing today, and it is tonight.
Yes,
Begins
tonight.
about 5.
Do not listen to me. It is tonight.
Begins about 5 o'clock. So
Yes.
get on down there.
Yeah.
It's
Just
free.
comfortable.
Free,
That's
free,
free.
free,
It's
and free.
wonderful.
The only thing that you have to pay for if you buy something from a vendor.
That's
and
right.
that includes any food or whatever.
Mhm.
Everything else is free. There's an event map on the page, on the National Night Out page. Just Google National Night Out Jacksonville, NC, and you can click on the event page there, and it will tell you everything you wanted to know and probably more. Got it? Lots of nice sponsors for this event too.
Yes, there are.
So you can take a look at their website and see
And
the
a lot of their
sponsors.
sponsors are forever sponsors. Look
Yeah.
at Golden Corral.
Yeah, they sponsor everything. Jones Onslow, same thing.
Jones Onslow, Marine Federal.
Walmart, Modern Exterminating,
Yes.
Onslow Memorial Hospital, the Catalyst Church, the Jacksonville Board of Realtors, Marine Federal Credit Union. They're also involved in everything.
Yes.
MedFirst Urgent Care Family Practice, Silence. We mentioned Golden Corral and
Is that Silence Automotive?
Yes.
Okay.
And Sanders Ford and
Sanders Ford does a lot of
yes, they do.
sponsoring around here.
SECU, Metronet, and Furniture Fair. They're all involved.
Metronet is that new
A new
cable
internet
company that's
internet
coming
company,
to.
yeah. Okay. Got
Nice.
that. Now, I had something else I was going to say. The first Republican presidential primary debate, just barely over 3 weeks from now.
I think we should have a watch party.
7 of the candidates seeking the GOP nomination for the White House have met the required polling and fundraising criteria to earn a spot on the stage. Last month, the Republican National Committee revealed the polling and fundraising criteria that GOP presidential candidates must reach in order to make the stage at the first primary debate. Fox News will host it on the 23rd. It comes from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The debate starts at 9 o'clock Eastern. That may
Yeah.
be worth watching,
I
start weeding out people.
Well, I heard that Trump said he's not going to attend it
Yeah.
because he's the front runner right
because
now.
he doesn't need it.
And he said that he doesn't need it. Plus the fact
But he
that he
might.
said that the other candidates will probably spend the whole time just going and attacking him.
I'm
So,
sure they will.
Yeah. So
To
he's
make the
not gonna
stage,
go.
candidates are required to reach 1% in 3 national polls or 1% in 2 national polls and 2 state-specific polls from the early voting states of Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada. The polls must also be recognized by the RNC and must be conducted on or after July 1st. So we've had polls for the last 30 days. And the following folks have met that criteria. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, former Florida Governor Ron DeSantis,
Nah.
former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley,
Nah.
entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy,
Ramaswamy. No,
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott,
no,
and former President Donald Trump.
no. I'm left with no one.
Ramaswamy has indicated that he favors raising the voting age to 25 in most circumstances.
Crazy.
The policy change, which would have to be done through a constitutional amendment, would only allow for citizens between 18 and 24 to vote if they are enlisted in the military, work as first responder personnel, or pass a civics test. The civics test would be identical to the test for an immigrant to become naturalized citizen of the United States. That part is kind of interesting.
Yes. The civics test.
I'm not sure that everybody at age 18 should not be required to pass that before
Well,
they can vote.
It's like we had James Rogie call in one morning about the legislation he was trying to get passed into the North Carolina legislature that all college students have to take a course, should be required to take a course on our Constitution
Yeah.
and our Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
It's hard to argue with it, but
Of course, the universities are going to fight it because they're so woke.
Here would be a couple of things you got to understand. There are going to be specialized colleges, MIT,
Mm-hmm.
they're looking for people that are smart in certain areas,
Right.
specific areas.
Understand
They
that.
want people who can do electronics work. They want people who can do, a defense contractor work. They want people who are specialists.
Right. Understand that.
I can't disagree with them not understanding the Constitution, because some of the work they're going to do, they got to understand that it cannot violate the Constitution. Civics, I don't really care whether they are involved in politics or not, or really care about politics. But those are some of the people that I would exclude from things like that. And there are other schools very much the same.
No, well, let me ask you this.
Brooks
Is
Institute of
MIT,
Marine Science.
is MIT a college that our state gives money to? Because I know a lot of
Our
our
state
tax
doesn't,
money
but-
goes into colleges here like UNC,
Yeah.
Duke.
Massachusetts Institute of Technology, I'm not sure where they get their funding.
Right.
It's probably, I would assume, mostly private.
Right. But I'm just saying our big universities here in North Carolina, Campbell, and we could go on and on with the
Yep.
different
They
universities.
get money from
They get money.
Yep, they get.
Taxes.
Yeah.
So, but I do understand what you're saying, a private type college that caters to specifics.
Yes, they're specialists
Right.
in certain areas.
Right. Well, you want to talk about the North Carolina governor race?
Yeah, what's going on? They got a
June
bunch of money.
30th closed the first semi half of the year for campaign finance. So if you are a political action committee or you're running for an office, your filing period closed on June 30th, and so you have to send your reports in no later than July 31st or get fined.
Yeah.
But the North Carolina race has already raised $9 million in fundraising. Attorney General Josh Stein is so far the only Democrat running for governor and has already raised $6 million
Wow.
in the first half of this year. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson has raised $2.3 million, with a total of $3 million in his campaign finance account. State Treasurer Dale Falwell, who is a Republican, has raised $1.2 million, which $1 million was a loan he gave his campaign last month.
So how many times has Falwell run and lost?
Yeah. Former Congressman Mark Walker reportedly raised $554,000, which I think that's kind of poor for him. Former Senator
Well, he's
Andy
a
Wells
has-been.
filed for office at the reporting deadline, so it's unclear where he stands in fundraising. And in the race for lieutenant governor, Democratic State Senator Rachel Hunt. You know who she is?
No.
She's former
Jim Hunt's?
Governor Jim Hunt's daughter.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. And Republican Hal Weatherman, who we've had on our show,
Yes.
lead their primary opponent so far in fundraising. Rachel Hunt, like I said, is the daughter of former NC Governor James Hunt, and Weatherman served as chief of staff and campaign manager for the former Lieutenant Governor Dan Forrest.
Mm-hmm.
So money's starting to come out.
Wonder where Dan Forrest is. What's he doing?
Well, he had his own company anyway. He's
Yeah.
an architect, I believe.
I think he is.
Yes.
I always liked him.
Oh, I did too. I've always liked him.
Okay, let's go ahead and take the break. And our phones must be broken. It's what I'm going to guess. We haven't got calls. Whoop, that was working. So don't know where the callers are, but it's your time now. 910-333-0139. You're live and local Real Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
And to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and custom threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available, and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And we are back. And just like we asked for, we got a caller. Who's this?
Larry.
I'm sorry. Say again.
Larry.
Barry.
Larry.
Larry. Hey, Larry. What's up?
The funny thing about you're going over who had what kind of funds to run for the office and stuff. They turned into a money game to the point that it sounds like they're buying the position.
Well, unfortunately, that's what it is, and that's the way some people measure it. I disagree with them. There have been a lot of people without the most amount of money raised to win. I can tell you that. I've seen it happen time and again. So it ain't necessarily the amount of money that you got, it's what you got behind it.
That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, did you find anything out about the sewer system out there in Shamrock?
Yes. You must have not been listening to this because after you hung up, we were able to get some answers from one of the commissioners. And that area right there that you're talking about is privately owned by Scientific Water. So that's who governs that. They're a private entity, so you have to go through them.
They hook us up to the sewer?
According to what I was told, yes.
Water and sewer.
Water and sewer, yes.
Yeah. Well, no, we're city water.
City water. You are Jacksonville City Water?
Yep.
Who do you pay? You pay Jacksonville?
Yep. Water company.
Okay. What do you pay, Onwassa, or do you pay the Jacksonville?
City of Jacksonville.
City of Jacksonville.
City of Jacksonville Water Company.
Okay.
So then you would have to go to them.
Yeah, you need to find out from them.
Right.
Maybe they. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah. You got me stumped again, Larry.
Why don't you?
It's just that one little neighborhood in between neighborhoods.
Yeah, and that's what I
Everybody
was
else around
told.
us has sewer.
Well, that's what I was told, that is actually under scientific water
I
area.
heard scientific water has something to do with the area, but I don't understand what sewer has to do with water. So,
Well, it's kind of like
I
Onwassa,
understand.
their water and sewer company. The Jacksonville has its own water and sewer
Right.
company, but I don't know whether
So
they
does
split off in
scientific,
this or
yes.
not.
I don't know, Larry. Call the city and see what they say, and then call scientific, and then call us back and let us know what you found out.
Really, because it's weird,
Yes.
because, in between,
Yes.
stuck in between. There you
I
go.
know. Right?
Caught between a rock and a hard place, right?
Bless you.
Right.
All right.
All right. Well,
Larry,
thanks
thank
a
you.
lot, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, sorry, I thought we had an answer for that one.
Well, I thought
But,
so too, and I'm still thinking. I don't know, but I hope he does call the city,
Yeah.
then call scientific,
And
and then call us back and let us know.
Who's Paul Rubens?
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to post that yesterday, and I decided against it.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yes.
Is an actor, and that was his character anyway. A creator, died from cancer. Nobody knew he had out the word he had it. He'd battled it for 6 years. He was 70 years old when he passed away this week. Died Sunday night. 6-year struggle with cancer. That's
I'm sorry for that.
sorry. That's
I think there was a lot of breaking news stories on that. A lot of people posted, and I almost started to post it, but then I thought, wait a
everybody
minute
knows
now.
about it.
I think I remember, and so I looked it up to be for sure. But he had a lot of issues
Oh, he had
with
some social
charges against him
Yes, he did.
for, I
variety of
guess,
things.
sexual perversion, maybe you could say. And I
Well,
thought,
Havelock's police chief.
I was just going to tell you, there's an opening, Rayford.
Okay, yet he got the job as chief a year ago, but he'd been with the department for what, 20 years or something. And but he took on the job a year ago
Christmas morning.
when the then chief he resigned to go to Craven County, and I forgot position they took over there, county manager, city manager, or something in that neck of the woods. But anyway, the new chief, he's just over a year into the job, and he's calling it quits.
He's
Chief,
been with Havelock since 2001.
yeah, Chief Chris Morning is retiring.
Yes.
Official retirement date's a month from today, September the 1st.
Isn't that Labor Day?
I don't know. Is
I
it?
know it's the first Monday, but the official Labor Day is September 1st. Isn't it kind of ironic? Retire on Labor Day?
Yeah, well, why not? He had worked as an interim role from November of 2021 until he was appointed the acting. He was acting there, interim role, and then he became the full-time chief there for about a year. Started his career way long time ago. He looks kind of young, 1996 with the town of Beaufort.
Wow.
And then he joined the Havelock PD as a patrol officer September of 2001. September 10th, in fact, 2001. He got to watch the second day on the job. He got to watch the 9/11 events unfold.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
That's something he'll remember forever for sure.
Sure.
Okay, and let's see what else we got going on. I guess we better go ahead and take our final break here. You're live on Local Real Talk. If you want to chat, we have one more chance, 910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer, and you should be too, with the Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series. These lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Each machine features a strong deck with a variety of sizes available, designed to deliver a premium cut. An assortment of attachments and accessories, sold separately, allow you to use your mower for more than just cutting grass. Stop by Mills International Incorporated today and find out how the Cub Cadet XT Endurance Series is tailored to help unlock all the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
It's summertime. No schedules, no stress, and no cooking. The Borough Low Country Kitchen has got you covered. Order a Carolina-style seafood boil to go. Sausage, potatoes, corn, with your choice of shrimp, crawfish, lobster, clams, mussels, crab legs, or a mixture. Seafood boils also make great party pleasers. Grab a quick lunch of Philly cheesesteaks, Italian sausage, fish tacos, and more. Dine in or take out. Curbside or dockside pickup. The Borough Low Country Kitchen. Corner of Front and Moore Streets in downtown Swansboro. BoroughLowCountryKitchen.com.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage. Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only carpet protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
You've heard me talk about it a few times. The handout releases that police departments, county commissions, managers, and all that sort of good stuff, they release stuff, right?
Yes.
They release stuff, and they write it, and they usually write it as a law enforcement. They quite often write it as in cop talk, the way cops talk. But it comes out as an official. Then the news people take it, and they don't do anything else with it. They do nothing except copy and paste.
Right.
I pulled this story down. It's on 2 different TV stations around here. I haven't checked the other one. It's identical, so we know it came from one source. Dateline, Goldsboro. 2 people have been arrested and are facing drug charges following a traffic stop on Tuesday where 47 pounds of marijuana was found. Members of the Goldsboro Wayne County Drug Task Force conducted the traffic stop on Interstate 795 near mile marker 14 for a Chapter 20 violation. Hey, what?
What? That's
Chapter 20 is the traffic division, is traffic part of the North Carolina General Statutes, by the way.
right.
Just FYI. Now, a traffic stop, and what also makes me suspicious, they conducted a traffic stop. You would think that, okay, they're conducting a traffic stop. Yeah, that would be a deputy or a police officer, right? Uniform stuff. This is the Goldsboro Wayne County Drug Task Force. There's more to this story.
It's called probably going online to their website, pulling what you've got, copy, paste, and go with it.
Why don't you ask questions about this?
It's the new era
so
of
the
reporting.
Goldsboro, the county drug task force conducted a traffic stop, and you're going to think that that was for a routine stop. Oh, yeah, right. So K9 RIP from the Wayne County Sheriff's Office was deployed and alerted on the vehicle. A probable cause search. For the folks out there who don't know what this means, it would be nice to explain. Anyway, they found 47 pounds of marijuana in 3 duffel bags. That led to the arrest of Brock Johnson and Brandon Duran. Duran was charged with trafficking marijuana by possession, a felony, trafficking marijuana by transportation, a felony, and maintaining a vehicle for transportation, a felony. He was held at the Wayne County Jail under $5,000 secured bond. For trafficking? During was charged with trafficking marijuana by possession, a felony, and trafficking marijuana by transportation, a felony. It wasn't his car. During was held in the Wayne County Jail on a $2,000 secured bond. Really?
I'm going to tell you what, those K9s do not play.
This is a trafficking deal.
Yes.
This is a traffic, and he's only under $5,000 bond and a $2,000 bond for the two of them.
Let's see. I know that legislature, North Carolina, is trying to pass stricter. I think our Senator Mike Lazaro was the one that introduced it. That they're trying to pass stricter laws now.
I don't know where these guys are from. I wonder if they're local.
Oh no, I say lock them up, throw away the key.
You just gotta wonder where they're from.
And my ditches need cleaning. Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, it went away.
The DOT that mowed the grass.
It was demeaning.
It was demeaning.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So the one guy's name is what? Brock Johnson, did I see?
I believe you did. Are you going to look him up? Now, let me see. Yep. Brock Johnson. That was the name. Yeah, I wondered, I know they were talking about bringing back those teams at one time, those prisoners in the minimum security areas.
There's several Brock Johnsons. They didn't give an age or anything else, so I can't really see what these guys were about. I wish they would give initials or at least middle initials or names or date of birth or something like that on these reports so we could verify who they are. 2 different ones in the North Carolina Department of Adult Corrections System. At least 2, could be 3. Let's just see what this one guy is here. Possession of stolen goods. Oh, he used a bunch of different names. All the same, but similar, but similar, but not exact.
I need to get that website.
Whatever. Okie dokie. It's simple. Anybody can look it up.
Well, I've got
we got tomorrow. We got
special.
Dr. Rose.
Tomorrow we have Dr. Rose at 7:30. Then Peter, our licensed healthcare agent, will be back in here, and I've got some questions to ask him too.
Yeah, I need to know how I can reduce and get better coverage. Reduce my expenses and get better coverage.
I cannot complain. It's like I told you, chiropractor last week because of my back. Didn't cost me a penny.
Yeah, well, it does me.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to use your ID next time. So anyway, we got some questions tomorrow to ask these folks, and we'll continue following. I don't think this committee is going to be meeting anymore. I think they got everything that they could get out of Archer. So that probably is a done deal. It's not going to go anywhere. I have zero doubt that it's going to go anywhere. There may be some individuals who will try to say, okay, well, let's go ahead and move forward with the impeachment, the I word, but that's not going to happen. They'll get nowhere with it. So
this is going to drag on forever.
Yeah, it will drag on forever. And even if they could move on with it, it's whatever.
Then nothing will come out.
Real quick, good news out of Memphis yesterday. I guess yesterday afternoon, a guy with a gun fired a couple of shots outside a Jewish school in Memphis in the afternoon, little afternoon. The doors were so well locked and so secured he couldn't get inside. He tried to get inside with his gun, but they had a description of him, description of his vehicle, managed to get hold of him. He was apparently a former student at the school.
Oh, no.
And they And there was enough security there that the police acted quickly and they protected the students. The guy left in a pickup truck, had California tags on it, kind of odd. And authorities spotted that. And
Job well done.
he was seen over near Memphis in a town called Bartlett. Memphis Police Department managed to get over there and they stopped the car. The guy got out holding the gun, and the police officer shot him. He was transported to a local hospital in critical condition. Do not know what his shape is, what kind of shape he's in today. Anyway, they stopped likely another school shooting yesterday. Congratulations,
Excellent.
Memphis PD, and
Excellent.
congratulations to the school,
Yes.
this Jewish school.
And I
They
think
had their
Right.
they had their mess together, and it was secured.
school security should be a top issue. I know it is with our school
It is.
system. And
We got some handicaps here. Jacksonville High School, for one.
yes, and yeah. Of course, when that was built, you didn't think about school security.
Nope.
There was no need for it.
Nope. Now it's
So-
time to retrofit it.
Yes.
Okay. Let's take a break. We'll be back in about 22 hours. We'll have Dr. Rose in the morning. We'll also have Peter Wright in about 8 o'clock in the morning, answer your questions. So if you got questions about Medicare, Medicaid insurance, write it down and
Right.
give us a call tomorrow morning. Write this number down now in case I don't give it to you, because I sometimes forget. 910-333-0139. 910-333-0139. You're live in local Real Talk. 7.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Fox News is next at 10 o'clock this morning. Is another dose of your daily D's. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, our little buddy Hollywood Man will be in the house. Have a great day.
SME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News.